Sometimes life takes unexpected turns that leave us feeling disconnected from the ones we love. In this story, we follow a young woman as she grapples with complex emotions while trying to rebuild the fragile bridges with her family. For years, she has wandered through life feeling lost, uncertain about where she belongs. The sense of estrangement weighs heavily on her heart, leaving behind memories of moments filled with both joy and sorrow. Yet even in her solitude, a spark of hope remains, to rediscover the meaning of family and forgiveness. Through a series of heartfelt encounters and quiet personal reflections, she embarks on a journey toward healing and reconnection. This narrative not only explores the pain of loss and isolation but also celebrates the powerful resilience of the human spirit, which can mend broken ties even after years of separation. With each step, it becomes clearer that even the deepest wounds can slowly begin to heal when nurtured with understanding and love. Join this emotional exploration as it unfolds in relatable moments that speak to anyone who has ever felt alone or out of place, reminding us that home is not just a place, but a feeling. Under the gentle glow of a late afternoon sun, the park serves as a quiet sanctuary where our protagonist finds solace. Sitting on a time-worn bench beneath a blooming cherry tree, she holds a small, worn-out photograph of her family that has accompanied her through countless lonely days. The photo, faded by time yet vibrant with memories, shows smiling faces and moments of joy that seem so distant now. As she studies each face, her eyes well up with a mixture of nostalgia and longing. Every smile in that picture recalls days filled with laughter, shared secrets, and warm embraces. The soft rustle of autumn leaves around her stirs memories of past family picnics and holiday gatherings, each memory a delicate thread connecting her to a time when love was abundant and togetherness was celebrated without reservation. Lost in her thoughts, she allows herself to reminisce about playful moments in childhood and the comforting presence of her parents. The crisp air seems to whisper stories of better times as the gentle breeze carries the faint sound of distant conversations, echoing the warmth of familial bonds. For a fleeting moment, the park transforms into a vibrant tapestry of her past, a reminder that even in solitude, these cherished memories are a source of strength. But soon, the reality of her isolation creeps in, blending the sweetness of the past with the bitterness of separation. She carefully tucks the photograph back into her wallet, a symbol of both what she has lost and what she still hopes to regain. Settled in this quiet spot, she takes a slow, deep breath, finding calm in the simple beauty around her. The delicate dance of light and shadow on the lush garden reminds her that small moments can awaken profound feelings. It fills her heart completely. At a lively family gathering held in a spacious, warmly decorated hall, the young woman finds herself standing on the margins. The room buzzes with animated chatter and laughter as relatives reconnect and recall old memories. Bright decorations and festive music emphasize the cheer of the event, yet she feels a profound disconnect from it all. Observing clusters of family members who share familiar jokes and tender embraces, she can't help but notice how different life seems on this side of estrangement. Every smile and conversation cycles through her mind as painful reminders of what once was and what may never be again. Feeling the weight of isolation, she struggles internally with emotions that are hard to articulate. The colorful ambiance contrasts starkly with the emptiness that fills her heart. Although it is a celebration for others, she battles a silent inner turmoil that keeps her at a distance. The constant chatter and laughter only deepen her sense of being an outsider in her own family. Eventually, the overwhelming tide of emotions becomes too much to bear. With a heavy sigh, she quietly excuses herself from a nearby conversation, marking the beginning of her early departure from the gathering. Alone in discomfort, she walks along the perimeter, each step heavy with memories of laughter and unresolved conflicts. The distance she keeps intensifies the longing within. Every footfall underscores the gap between her past joys and the reconciliation she desperately seeks. Her silent journey speaks volumes to her hidden past indeed. Returning home after the gathering, the young woman sinks into the familiar solitude of her quiet apartment. In this space, each room whispers memories of laughter and lingering moments that once filled her life with warmth. The walls, adorned with faded photographs and mementos, seem to echo the absence of the voices that once brought joy. Sitting on her favorite armchair near a window, she gazes out at the bustling city below, feeling a stark contrast between her inner isolation and the vibrant world outside. In these quiet moments, her thoughts wander to the family she has left behind, stirring feelings of loss and deep regret. The silence in her home amplifies her inner voice, urging her to confront the pain and to understand that isolation is not a permanent state. Amid these reflections, a resolve begins to form, a determination to bridge the gap between her current solitude and the warm connection of her family's embrace. The evening grows dim as she ponders the steps needed to mend broken ties, setting the stage for the longing that will soon lead her towards reconciliation. In that quiet night, hope begins to flicker, guiding her towards the possibility of a renewed connection. In a moment of earnest vulnerability, the young woman picks up the phone, her hand trembling ever so slightly as she dials her sister's number. The act feels monumental, a brave step toward mending years of silence and misunderstanding. As the phone rings, her heart pounds with a mixture of anxiety and anticipation, wondering how the conversation will unfold. When her sister answers, there is a pause filled with unspoken emotions before warm greetings begin to bridge the gap years have created. Their conversation flows slowly, uncovering layers of past hurts, bittersweet memories, and shared dreams that have been shelved for too long. In this dialogue, soft words become instruments of healing, each sentence a fragile attempt to reconnect and reconcile. They reminisce about childhood adventures, long summer days, and quiet moments that once knit their hearts together. The sister's understanding tone and empathetic words reassure the young woman, easing the heaviness that has accompanied her for years. Through this heartfelt exchange, old wounds are acknowledged, apologies and forgiveness delicately emerge, weaving a tapestry of renewed trust. The call stretches on, not merely as a conversation but as an act of courage to face the past and embrace the future. In every pause and every shared memory, the young woman feels layers of sorrow begin to lift, replaced by the subtle promise of acceptance and love. By the end of the call, there is a gentle, lasting warmth that reassures her, affirming that reconnecting with family is not only possible but profoundly healing. This long talk marks the beginning of a new chapter, one where vulnerability paves the way for reconciliation and the enduring bonds of sisterhood are celebrated once again. That call shines like a beacon, renewing her courage and inspiring her to embrace every step forward with deep hope. Emboldened by the heartfelt conversation, the young woman embarks on a visit to her family. The journey feels both nostalgic and nerve-wracking as she approaches the familiar home where she once felt complete. When she arrives, tentative smiles greet her, and the atmosphere is filled with cautious optimism. In the living room, familiar faces light up with warmth and curiosity as she is welcomed back into the fold. Conversations flow more naturally now, each gentle word and shared memory rekindling the bonds that distance had frayed. Laughter begins to fill the spaces that had grown silent, and small gestures of affection speak louder than any apology could ever express. Step by step, the walls of estrangement start to crumble. In the kitchen, a favorite family recipe is prepared together, a symbolic act that unites old traditions with new beginnings. Every moment feels like a careful stitch in the tapestry of reunion, slowly piecing together a future built on forgiveness and understanding. In that moment, the young woman realizes that home is truly not defined by physical space, but by the love and acceptance that await in every familiar smile and warm embrace. Her heart soars with renewed, joyful hope truly. In the bright, sunlit atmosphere of another family gathering, the young woman experiences a profound sense of unity. Family members gather around a long table, sharing stories and laughter, their eyes reflecting the warmth of shared history. No longer a bystander, she moves gracefully among them, engaging in conversations that reaffirm her place in the familial mosaic. The air is filled with both reminiscences and the promise of a future where old wounds have finally healed. Every smile, every hug, seems to stitch together the fragmented parts of her heart into a quilt of belonging. The gathering is a celebration not just of a day shared, but of the miraculous reunion that grows stronger with every tender exchange. Amid the joyful chatter and music, she feels the unwavering support and love that bind the family together, making her welcome once again. Her soul sings in this heartfelt, complete reunion truly. In the soft glow of dusk, the young woman stands surrounded by her family, reflecting on the tumultuous path that led her here. Every tear shed and every moment of doubt has given way to healing and forgiveness. The reunion is not a perfect restoration but a beautiful beginning marked by understanding and shared hope. She reflects on the lessons learned from loss and isolation, embracing the transformative power of love. At this moment, she feels complete, grateful for the second chance to belong and to cherish the bonds that truly matter. Her heart overflows with boundless